Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to paint two beautiful Christmas cards using watercolors. So one of them is going to be a Christmas wreath with all the pine cones and beautiful berries and leaves, and the other one's going to be a snowman with a birch tree backdrop. Hope you enjoy this session, so let's get straight into it. Firstly, I will tell you about the materials I've used. I've used Winsor & Newton Quadmin watercolors, synthetic round brushes from Bohemia, and Canson XL 140-pound cold press A4 size watercolor sheet. I will also be using a scotch tape, jelly roll pen, and white gouache for this tutorial. The link for all the materials can be found in the description below. So let's get started. As you can see, I have taped down my A4 watercolor sheet using masking tape, and I've split it into two halves to be able to make two cards. We'll start off by making a Christmas wreath card first. I'm using a circular object to draw an outline which will help me follow the circular shape when I add in the elements of the wreath. I'm now drawing in the pine cones, just a rough outline, just making some C shapes to define the pine cone details, and I'm going to go around the circle and add a few more pine cones first. I'm adding in a few berries as well now and a few leaves in between. So my sketch is ready now. Now I'm going to squeeze out all the colors I'd be using for the Christmas wreath. These are burnt umber, black sap green, cadmium red, alizarin crimson hue, Indian red, and hooker's green. I've diluted my paint slightly. I'll start off with Indian red and start dropping in some light shadows to the pine cone. As you can see, I am leaving out the whites here, and I'm working wet and dry. I'm using a thin brush to do this. Now while the paint is still wet, I'm dropping in a darker tone of burnt umber. So I'm working on two cones at a time. We'll do the same thing for the other cones as well. You just need to be mindful of the C stroke. The direction of it changes as per the orientation of the pine cone. Now I'm adding in a bit more depth to them by adding in a bit black color just around the whites. Okay, let's start off with painting the berries now. You can make them big, small, and just vary the size and place them wherever you like, to be honest. So I do not have a reference picture here, and I just painted the way I liked it, and you can do what you like. adding shadows to the berries using diluted black color. It gives it a 3D effect. Now we'll be painting the leaves. I'm using sap green to paint some bright green leaves. I'm using a rigger brush size 2 to draw these fir leaves. So while our first card is drying, we'll start working on our second card. I have drawn a rough outline of a snowman, and we'll draw some birch trees in the backdrop. So I'd be using phthalo blue and Payne's grey mixture to create a diluted mix. I'm now wetting the background, just excluding the snowman and the birch trees. I'm just dropping in the dilute mix I just created. I'll also add a hint of cerulean blue. I'm adding a bit of salt while the paint is still wet. As you can see, half the paint has already dried up, so I may get a little bit effect, just creating an effect of snow. Start painting in the snowman now. Just need to make sure that the background is completely dry before you start painting in the scarf of the snowman and the hat, otherwise the color will start bleeding into the background. Just trying to create a little texture in the scarf. So to create an impression of snow, you have to leave whites and you have to make sure the edges are blurry and smooth. So you have to quickly soften them with a wet brush. So now I'm painting the birch trees with a very diluted wash of burnt umber. So while my paint is drying, I have come back to my first card and I decided to create a very light background for the Christmas wreath, because I think it'll be nicer to have some background. I'm making sure I'm not going too close to the Christmas wreath. I don't want the colors to get disturbed. So I'm just creating sort of a faded effect, darker towards the edges and lighter towards the Christmas wreath. I'm doing the center as well. Coming back to the snowman. I'm just taken off some salt. I can see I haven't got much effect this time, but yeah, maybe a little effect here and there. So it just depends on how lucky you are and what stage of drying your paper is in. You just make some hands for the snowman using dark burnt umber and a little bit of black. I'm using a very thin brush, size 1, to paint in these branches in the foreground. I'm now adding some details to our birch trees using sepia. I'm just wetting the trunk and adding a few horizontal lines here and there and just spreading the paint along. Adding in a few more branches. writing Merry Christmas inside the wreath using a pencil just to make sure it fits perfectly. Now I'm using my black gel pen to go on top of it. You can also use a calligraphy pen if you're comfortable with that. I'm trying to create that effect. Okay, coming back to my snowman card, I'm going to do the same thing, writing Merry Christmas again. I'm using white gouache now to add an effect of snow that's lying on top of the snowman and the branches. Okay, my card's finished now. My paint is all dry. I'm taking off the masking tape. So I've cut the sheet into 2 halves to create 2 cards. These can be stuck on a different size paper which has been folded into half to create cards, or you can also mount them if you like. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and share this video if you've enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to watch more videos. Bye!